Podcasting is taking over the world. I mean, maybe that's a little dramatic, but after podcasting for well over 2 years with almost 3 million downloads, I'm gonna be sharing with you some of the secrets that I've learned over the past few years and give you 10 tips, 10 secrets so that you can have a better podcast as you are starting and growing yours.
You gotta just press record.
This video is in partnership with Buzzsprout, the company that we use for our podcast. And I love them so much because they help make podcasting easy. Now, if you're anything like me, time is very limited. You maybe are running your YouTube channel, running a business, and so you need something that is easy to use. And Buzzsprout allows you to be able to post your podcast and distribute it to all of the places that people can listen to it on.
My name is Heather Torres with Think Media, and on this channel, we help you with the tips and tools for growing your influence on YouTube. We do tutorial videos, we do tech videos, and we do videos like this all around podcasting and growing your influence in the audio and video form. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. The first secret is the way that you start your podcast matters. Hooking at the beginning of anything, a video, a podcast, a show, you want to be telling people exactly what they can expect during that time. I mean, think about this. You're asking someone to spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 2 hours with you. You should give them upfront beyond just the title of the podcast episode. You should give them the exact hook. So why should someone want to listen to that episode? What is coming up and why should they stay till the end? Your hook is really critical. I'm going to challenge you that if you're seeing your audience duration on YouTube, you're seeing the amount of views start to go down, really play with the idea of making a stronger hook. I actually write out my hooks. I'm looking at what I wrote out for this specific video, and this goes across the board for all content that you're creating. So that one of the secrets, the first secret that matters, is that your hook matters most. The second secret I've learned is that audio really matters. Meaning if you want to produce your podcast in your car, just talking into your phone, I recommend actually getting an audio source. Whatever microphone you can get your hands on is going to be better than no microphone at all. This is an experience. This is an audio experience. So your podcast audio really matters. Right now, as I'm doing this YouTube video, I've got a microphone that you can't see in the shot, but you could be using anything. You could use a lavalier mic that you could be holding. You could use a podcasting microphone, like a USB microphone, or you can go even higher. And I'll link down below some of our recommendations for different podcast budgets of what you could be using for audio. But the key with podcasts, whether it be video or audio, is that your audio source matters. I can tell you, I've messed up on this. I've had podcasts come out that don't actually sound great. And that doesn't mean that they won't do great, but I want to encourage you to always be striving for excellence when it comes to delivering an experience for your audience. Another secret to success with podcasting is to use what's called a vanity URL. Now, when you are giving people calls to action, meaning where they should go next, how they can go deeper with you, where you're affiliate with, or what your brand deal is, you want to be thinking about creating a seamless URL that you can say and that people can spell. There's nothing worse than trying to deliver a call to action in a podcast. Maybe it's to go download something that you have inside of your business. Maybe it's to go purchase something with a % off because you have a brand deal. And you give them this weird link. You've seen them before, right? Like bit.ly/ my name Heather / 15% off. No one's gonna type that in to the Google search bar. So you wanna make it simple. And if you watch some of our podcasts that we have on our Think Media podcast channel, you'll see that I'm delivering what are called vanity URLs. Start recording your podcast for free at podcastwiththink.com. Things like thinkmasterclass.com or thinkmedia.com or streamwiththink.com. We've created these, we've purchased these from a domain purchaser like GoDaddy, and through that process, you're able to actually say these URLs because people are listening, they're not actually seeing what you're doing. So if you want to send someone somewhere, I highly recommend that you make it simple, you make it easy to spell, and that you say those URLs over and over and over. Where do you want people to go? You want to make it simple and easy, so get a vanity URL for every place you want to send someone to. The fourth secret is you want to set yourself yourself up for success right from the get-go. Now, there are a lot of different places that you can host your podcast, but here at Think Media, we recommend Buzzsprout. And this video is actually in partnership with Buzzsprout. And there's a few reasons why I love them as a company. One, they are simple and easy to set up. And if you want to check out my entire series of how to get started with your podcast, everything from how to get started with your name and your channel art, all the way down to ways to look at your analytics and so much more, you can definitely check out the link below, and we've got a special offer for you. But one of the things that I love about being set up simply and easily is that your podcast can go to all of the major platforms. So iTunes and Stitcher and so many more that I didn't even know were possible. Buzzsprout makes it super easy to distribute your podcast everywhere online. They also have some special features where you can start making money right away with your podcast through their affiliate programs, and they make it very easy to do simple edits as well as creating social media posts from what you've already produced inside of their platform. So definitely check out Buzzsprout if you want to get started with your podcast. They are an incredible hosting site, and check out the entire series related to starting your podcast down in the description below. Secret number 5 is you should be asking for people to rate and review your show every single episode. You have to think about this. If you only did it every 4 or 5 episodes, well, what if someone listened to the 4 or 5 between that and didn't even know that that was an option? The thing about making a community is that you have to lead them. And in leading a community, you have to ask them to actually take action. And one of those actions is to rate and review the podcast. Now, like I've said in previous videos, Apple doesn't actually release data around this for us when it comes to iTunes, but I can tell you from growing a massive community on YouTube of over 2 million subscribers, being able to create a podcast with over 3 million downloads, it is critical that you create a thriving community. And you do that by asking for people to be a part of the community in rating and reviewing. This helps other people who are, maybe starting a road trip and they're scrolling through trying to find the next podcast that they want to listen to. It helps people through social proofing know if this is the right thing for them. So I'm going to encourage you that every single episode, find a time where you're asking your audience to rate and review and share the work that you're doing. Because remember, you're doing this for free. This is a free thing. So to ask someone to do something in reciprocation for free is a great option to grow your community online. Secret number 6 is to launch with a bang, meaning you should have a plan when it comes to launching your podcast, and not just right when you launch, but every single episode. Here at Think Media, we take care of every single episode as if we were relaunching it. Why? Because that might be the one episode that someone finds you, someone discovers you, someone decides that they want to be a part of what you're building. They're someone who resonates with your message. So you want to make sure that you launch your podcast with a bang. And I've seen this happen so many times. Someone will launch a podcast and they don't tell anyone that they did it. And then they're wondering why no one is viewing their podcast. I want you to tell your friends, tell your family, share it on social, be energetic about this project that you're doing. Now, if you've been doing this for a while and you're a few years in, you can still make just as much noise as you did when you first got started. Don't take off the gas pedal. Press into promoting your podcast. And so what I recommend is if you're doing something like seasons, or if maybe you're doing a yearly calendar, make a bang every now and then. What is a new promotion that you're doing, or what is a series that you're doing with the podcast? Always be thinking about things in launch sequences. So how can you be relaunching? How can you be retelling people about your podcast? This is a secret that most people don't do. They'll maybe launch something and then they don't really talk about it. You want to be on this journey for a while. And so you want to be bringing people in through your enthusiasm of launching over and over again. Secret number 7 is be prepared. And this doesn't mean just be prepared for the actual episode that you're producing. Maybe that's an interview and you should prepare ahead of time. I recommend if you're interviewing a guest that you go deep in their material. Really think about questions that people don't ask them and really tailor the conversation to your audience. If you are doing a solo episode, really prepare for each one of those segments. And here's why. you want to be thinking beyond just that podcast. And in future episodes here on this channel, we'll be sharing how we turn one video into 5 videos when it comes to our podcast in general. You know, we're thinking beyond just the actual episode. So be thinking about each thing that you're doing in a segment. How can you cut that up into micro content and put it out on social media? How can you make a shorts video out of it? How can you make a reel out of it? What was the really big magical moment in that show that you could be sharing to drive more traffic to your podcast? I want you to be prepared and actually over prepare. Really, I think what's hard as a content creator is when you go into something and you're only half prepared. It usually takes longer, it usually isn't as great of quality, and you don't really know what to do with it after. So be thinking 10 steps ahead when you start the show. Think about, where are you gonna distribute this, and how are you gonna get this message out there, and what is the follow-up to the conversation in that? There's so many things you could be doing to prepare more. So I'll encourage you, be prepared. Come to your shows like an expert. Come to your shows professional and ready to deliver the best content you can. Secret number 8 is that you want to be SEO ready. What does that mean? Search engine optimization ready. Your podcast episode can come up in search results on Google. If you have it as a video podcast, it can come up on YouTube, and iTunes themselves is actually an algorithm. So you can actually be getting discovered when you understand how to optimize your SEO, your search engine optimization. This means you want to be creating irresistible titles. You want to be creating episodes that are driving people into what you are doing. And I really recommend that rather than, numbering an episode like Think Media Show number 45, you want to create an actual title that is a clickable title that people want to click on. So we have more resources for you down in the description below if you want to learn how to create irresistible titles. Sean did a great free training here that you can check out. But the secret is you want to be optimizing as much as you can. So when you're putting data into Buzzsprout about what that episode's about, really fill it out. When you are uploading your video podcast to YouTube, really take advantage of the keywords and the description and all of the pieces that really help the algorithms understand what your episode is about and who your episode is for. So get your SEO in order. Secret number 9 is to think of your podcast as a show. And when I say a show, I don't mean like some of the top podcasters like Joe Rogan and some of the other ones where they can really do whatever they want. They've built enough influence. They can talk about whatever they want. They can make their shows as long as they want. When you're just starting out or you're growing your influence with your podcast, you want to be precise. And some of the data shows that when people are listening to podcasts, they're listening to about 7 hours of podcasts a week, but they don't normally choose episodes that are longer than 45 minutes. Why is that? Well, because usually that is the amount of commute time or the amount of time to complete a task around your house. I mean, really thinking about when someone is listening to the work that you're doing is very critical. So you want to think about this in a show format. What is your opening? What is your middle segment? What is your outro? What is your call to action? Are there any sponsors? Do you want to sponsor your own podcast? What are the pieces of the show that you're creating? And I really take it back to back in the day when we used to listen to the radio all the time before podcasting. You would see the different segments. There was commercials, there was music, there was talking, there was a lot of different pieces, but it was in a show format. So I want to encourage you, and one of the secrets is to go in not just prepared, but really thinking about what are the pieces of the show that I want to put together. And don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. People that are already on the rise with their podcast or have already built an influence, they can step out of the bubble of talking about a specific niche. I want you to stay in your lane, talking to the exact person you want to talk to about the problem that that person has for a while. Commit to that and don't try and go outside of that, because that's where you start to hit the fringes of your niche. So really dive deep into the show for the right person. You can also think about your show format in terms of seasons. Maybe you don't want to produce a podcast every single week for the next 10 years. Maybe you decide that you want to take 2 weeks off in the summer and 2 weeks off for the holidays for your show. You want to be thinking about things in seasons or themes. Maybe you do monthly themes, but really be critical about what you're putting into your show and how you're delivering it to your audience. And the last secret is that podcasting is a marathon, not a sprint. I know we say that for YouTube, but really all content creation, it's here to stay. And so if you're gonna commit to making a podcast, I want you to commit to being consistent. I want you to commit to knowing that this isn't going to just blow up overnight, that there's going to be some work that you're gonna have to put into this. But the secret is consistency. When you show up over time, over and over and over for your audience, when you practice being in front of the microphone or in front of the camera, when you start doing hundreds of interviews, you are going to skill up. And these skills are valuable for more than just the podcast. You're gonna see an increase in your self-confidence. You're gonna see an increase in your network, and you could even see an increase in your net worth. Why? Because you are committing to building your skills. The secret is consistency. The secret is doing it over and over. The secret is showing up when you don't feel like it. But over time, that is where you will see success with your podcast. So if you want to know how you can actually get started, if you've not even gotten started yet, or you want to figure out how to monetize your podcast, click or tap the screen right now so that you can head over to the next video that can help you with that. And I'll catch you in the next video.